the world turned its gaze once again to the Golden State this year as the California Fashion Show 2025 redefined the future of couture and creativity. Under the dazzling lights of Los Angeles, the event unfolded as more than a runway. It was a celebration of identity, technology, sustainability, and the eternal heartbeat of style that makes California the world's capital of cultural reinvention. From Hollywood-inspired glamour to Silicon Valley innovation, the show fused artistry with purpose in ways that made even the most seasoned fashion critics pause in awe. California has always been more than a setting for fashion. It's a living mood board of diversity, ambition, and effortless cool.
The 2025 edition of the
California Fashion Show captured that essence from the very first step on the runway. Designers from around the globe descended on the West Coast to unveil collections that honored individuality and progress. Each look told a story about freedom, transformation, and the new consciousness shaping global style. The air was electric from day one. Flashing cameras, celebrity sightings, influencers documenting every shimmering second, and a sea of fashion editors scribbling notes on tablets. It was pure California energy. The event pulsed with the rhythm of the future. What once felt like the distant dream of blending couture with technology now stood tangible and alive beneath the lights of Los Angeles. Augmented reality merged with classic tailoring. AI-generated textiles shimmered in iridescent patterns. Designers spoke passionately about digital fashion, circular production, and eco-conscious glamour as the new pillars of luxury. But while innovation took center stage, the heart of California's style remained deeply human. The show celebrated diversity like never before. Models of all sizes, backgrounds, and genders owned the runway, embodying the inclusive spirit that defines modern California. The casting directors made a bold statement that representation is not a trend, it's the standard. Every silhouette, from minimal to extravagant, carried an echo of empowerment. As the lights dimmed and the first collection began, it became clear that the California Fashion Show 2025 was not just an event, it was a movement. The themes of sustainability and technology intertwined with pure emotion. The fabrics were lighter yet smarter, made from recycled fibers, algae-based leather, and lab-grown silk that glowed subtly under UV light. Designers like Aiden Flores, the much-talked-about Los Angeles prodigy, introduced a metaverse couture line that merged wearable tech with breathtaking aesthetic precision. His models wore garments embedded with micro-LEDs that shifted colors based on heart rate and mood, bringing literal emotion to fashion. Across the runway, the soundscapes transported audiences to another dimension. Live DJs mixed natural sounds, waves, birds, forest breezes with electronic beats, blending California's landscapes with its digital pulse. The atmosphere was hypnotic, and every attendee could feel the merging of nature and innovation that defined this year's creative philosophy. Behind the scenes, sustainability was not just a buzzword, it was the backbone. Every aspect of the event was designed with environmental responsibility in mind. The stage structures were made from biodegradable materials. Digital screens replaced printed programs, and even the catering emphasized locally sourced organic foods. The organizers partnered with California's Clean Fashion Coalition to ensure the event set a new global standard for carbon-neutral runway productions. The collections themselves echoed that mission. From minimalist neutrals to flamboyant streetwear, the 2025 trend forecast celebrated balance. Los Angeles-based designer Malia Cruz unveiled her Solar Threads collection inspired by the energy of California sunsets. Her pieces shifted hues under sunlight, creating a living palette of pinks, oranges, and golds. She described her process as letting the environment be part of the design. The audience responded with standing ovations, sensing the emotional weight of her work. Then came the much-anticipated collaboration between Silicon Valley engineers and traditional couturiers, a breathtaking blend of code and couture. Dresses that self-adjusted for comfort, sneakers that charged devices through kinetic energy, and fabrics that reacted to temperature shifts took the runway by storm. Innovation wasn't a gimmick here, it was wearable, functional, and beautiful. California once again proved that the line between fashion and technology has not blurred. It has merged completely. But fashion, in the end, is about storytelling. The California Fashion Show 2025 told stories of resilience, rebellion, and rebirth. The post-pandemic fashion world continues to evolve, and this show captured that evolution perfectly. Comfort met couture, sustainability met sensuality, and individuality met innovation. Each designer expressed how personal values could be woven into the threads of creation. The result was a kaleidoscope of authenticity.
Celebrity attendance added undeniable sparkle.
From Zendaya and Timothée Chalamet to Billie Eilish and Hailey Bieber, the guest list read like a who's who of modern style icons. Each came dressed in custom looks that celebrated California's casual luxury, sun-kissed sophistication that felt as relaxed as it was refined. For fashion lovers online, every outfit became a piece of history captured in pixels. Yet amid all the glitter, the show also offered introspection. Several collections paid tribute to California's diverse cultural roots. Indigenous patterns met futuristic silhouettes. Latin influences blended with coastal aesthetics. Japanese minimalism danced beside bold African prints. It wasn't just multicultural, it was transcultural. A seamless fusion that celebrated how interconnected the world has become. California stood as the perfect stage for this global dialogue through design. The front row conversations echoed themes that will shape the next era of fashion: digital integration, ethical manufacturing, and the redefinition of luxury. What does luxury mean in 2025? According to many designers, it means time, transparency, and truth. It's no longer about owning more, but about owning meaningfully. The California Fashion Show amplified that message with every detail, from eco-packaging in designer gift bags to the transparency reports displayed on LED walls backstage showing each brand's sustainability score. Emerging designers also shone brightly this year. The New Voices Runway segment gave young talents from California art schools and underrepresented communities a global platform. Their collections were raw, emotional, and deeply personal. From denim upcycled into haute couture gowns to 3D printed accessories. Inspired by ocean waves, their creativity reflected California's spirit of rebellion and reinvention. This inclusivity and mentorship echoed loudly throughout the event, reminding everyone that the next generation of designers is not waiting, they're leading. Beyond the runway, the 2025 California Fashion Show expanded its footprint into virtual space, live-streamed globally in high definition with immersive 360-degree viewing options. Audiences from over 100 countries experienced the show as if they were front row. The integration of AR filters allowed fans to try on digital versions of runway pieces in real time, transforming spectators into participants. The fusion of digital and physical presence marked a new milestone in fashion, accessibility, and engagement. Of course, no fashion show would be complete without after-parties, and this year's celebrations were legendary. Rooftop gatherings overlooking downtown. LA shimmered with gold lights and live music from local bands. Designers mingled with influencers and filmmakers, discussing potential collaborations that might soon become viral campaigns or short fashion films. Everywhere you turned, creativity flowed freely. California's nightlife energy met fashion's electric pulse, creating moments destined to be retold for years. But even as champagne flowed and cameras flashed, the underlying message of the 2025 event remained powerful. Fashion can change the world when it's responsible, inclusive, and fearless. The California Fashion Show was not just a celebration of what's new, it was a statement about what matters. Glamour, style, and innovation are no longer separate entities but interconnected, forces shaping a more conscious future. As dawn broke after the final night, the city felt different, charged with possibility. For attendees, it wasn't just about what they saw on the runway. It was about what they felt. California reminded the world that fashion is an evolving conversation between art and humanity, between fabric and feeling. The 2025 show left a clear message for designers everywhere. The future of fashion is not only wearable, it's meaningful. Critics have already hailed this edition as one of the most groundbreaking fashion events in American history. The balance between sustainability and spectacle was unprecedented. Every creative choice seemed intentional, from the color palettes inspired by California's landscapes to the inclusive models that represented real people, not ideals. Publications from Vogue to the New York Times have praised its fusion of art and activism, predicting that its influence will ripple across international fashion weeks in the years ahead. As the global fashion industry continues to evolve, the California Fashion Show 2025 stands as proof that the heart of innovation beats strongest where creativity meets conscience. It's not about chasing trends, it's about creating them with integrity. The designers who graced the California stage this year proved that luxury can be sustainable, beauty can be ethical, and progress can be glamorous. California once again cemented its place not only as a fashion hub but as a cultural leader. The event showed that glamour isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity. Style isn't about imitation, it's about expression. And innovation isn't just about technology, it's about imagination. As the final curtain fell and the applause echoed through the venue, one truth resonated across the industry. The California Fashion Show 2025 was more than a showcase. It was a revolution wrapped in silk, powered by data and guided by purpose.
The world may look to Paris for tradition or Milan for elegance, but when it comes to the intersection of creativity and consciousness,
California is the new runway capital of the future. The legacy of this year's show will continue to inspire. From classrooms to design studios, from fashion houses to tech labs, creators everywhere are already drawing lessons from what unfolded in Los Angeles. Glamour, style, and innovation, 3 words that define not only a show but an entire generation of designers shaping what comes next. California didn't just host